Hi everyone, I'm Erica O'Neill with Bastrop Guide, and I'm here at C S Cigar Lounge in Bastrop with Phil Hurley. We're going to talk about his projects. He's a local musician and his new album that he has coming up. Thanks for hanging out with us. Phil, thank you for being here today.
Honor, thank you.
Yes, can you talk to us, let us know about your music, what got you started, and what has inspired you throughout your career?
Sure, yeah, I mean, I was the youngest of 5 kids, and there was all kinds of music in my house since I was, old enough to know what I was listening to. So I started playing in groups with my brother when I was 8 years old, and we got lucky enough, right out of high school, I had a band, and I grew up in way upstate New York, up near Canada, and that band I was in moved to Boston, and that first year we played our very first gig in New York City. I think I was still 17 years old, and we got a record deal. So I started making records when I was really young. We ended up, that band got to sign to RCA Records, and we got to go all around the world, and we were on MTV and Conan O'Brien and all that stuff, and I just never stopped. I mean, when that band finished, I moved on to the next thing, and I went from Boston to Seattle to Amsterdam to Los Angeles to Nashville, but I've been here in Texas for about 15 years, and just been playing music professionally the whole time. But in the last 3 years, I moved out of Austin with my wife here to Bastrop, and I founded an all-new Bastrop band, and I've made my last 2 records here in Bastrop. I've been recording them here, and we play here in town, but we play all around Texas, and it's been really fertile. I'm really proud to be part of the community here.
Your career with music, who has been your inspiration, and what has kept you in the music?
Sure. I mean, truth be told, I've never had Plan B. I mean, it's all I've ever wanted to do, and even if I've had to work a day job, my day job is working so that I can play at night. All I've ever wanted to do is play music. But I mean, my inspirations are varied. I mean, I've loved and played a lot of different kinds of music. I mean, my number one guy, probably in the deepest part of my heart, is always Jimi Hendrix. Okay. But I don't play music that sounds like Jimi Hendrix. I love Neil Young. I grew up on the Canadian border, and Neil Young was big. The Beatles have always been my favorite band. Mm-hmm. But I also love Merle Haggard and Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson. And I've got I'm a music fan still, and I love finding new music that I've never heard of. Right now, I'm in love with John Baptiste out of New Orleans. I mean, music has always been my passion, and it's all I've ever really cared about.
Very nice.
I like basketball too.
Can you give us a few tunes? Sure.
I
know that you're working on your new album.
Yeah. So I've got a brand new record that's coming out on February 16th.
Very nice.
As I mentioned, I recorded it here in town. It's called Stay Gold. And this first song is going to be the single. You want me to play the whole song?
Sure.
All right. It's called The City Where the Summer Never Ends, which I wrote about living in Los Angeles, but after last summer, I think it applies to Texas as well. It goes like this. 3 young punks shook a chance, cut the screen on my neighbor's house yesterday. But they were out of luck because he was in the front room, called the cops and they got away. All the while that summer sun kept burning its golden glow. There's too many people, not enough to go around, cause a man too still and slow. Oh, this is the city where summer never ends. Palm trees burning in the Santa Ana winds. Yeah, when the streets are alive with stars, the highways packed with cars, and it's hard as hell to make it in the end. Designer clothes that make it look so easy to be. Oh, but who knows the price when they turn out the light? But we were so wild and free. Didn't know I thought the turning could be alright. The time folks get it done. But I've been driving these city streets for 2 years, and I still ain't even seen Compton. All this is the city when summer never ends. Palm trees burning in the Santa Ana winds. Yeah, where the streets are alive with stars, the highways packed with cars. It's hard as hell to make it in the end. Once you're here, you'll see the sunshine every day. Another year, another dream just slips away. All this is a city where summer never ends. Some 10 lawyers at the wheels of Mercedes-Benz, with their houses in the hills and their hip prescription pills. Their souls for sale, it got skills. All this is whiskey where summer never ends. Palm trees burning in the Santa Ana winds. Yeah, Bill Willis streets are low with stars. I heard it's back in cars, and it's hard as hell to make it in.
Nice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I've been sick for the last couple of weeks, so my voice is like, just waking up.
Love this. Thank you so much for playing that. That's awesome. So this is the song on your new album?
Yeah, I think that's going to be the first single.
Very nice,
Yeah.
very nice. Okay, what other projects do you have working on?
Well, I've been doing a lot of fun stuff. There's a wonderful singer here in Bastrop who actually, he and I are both involved. He's the chair of the new Bastrop Live Music Foundation. His name is Robert A. Kraft. And he's a phenomenal jazzy kind of soul singer, real sexy music. I've been playing guitar for him. And next week I'm playing guitar for another dear friend of mine named Zach Schaefer, who is a brilliant songwriter. Very clever pop song. We're playing the Saxon Club with him next week. But mostly, well, actually, there's one other project there, because I have my own band just under my name, Phil Hurley. But I have a really fun trio now with my wife, Carrie Kaler, and a dear friend of mine, Nick Randolph, that's called the Shambalas. Oh. And it's 2 acoustic guitars and 3 harmony vocals, and we do like, in my band I mostly play just my songs. Okay. But when the Shambalas, we do some original stuff, when we do some Eagles and some Linda Ronstadt and some stuff that people recognize. And we've been playing 602 and out at Rising Sun Vineyard and down at Green Hall and stuff. That's a really fun project. It's more, you know, in my band, I feel like the pressure to be an artist. You know, you have to listen to my music, and the Shambalas is more just joyful, and the harmonies are incredible.
Very nice.
Yeah,
well, I have to check you guys out.
And I do a lot of solo acoustic stuff too. So, you know, I think the reality is to be a musician in this climate these days, you just gotta diversify. You gotta do, you know, you gotta do everything, because it's wages have really gone down. I mean, it's a tough way to make a living, and like, you know, post COVID. What we're getting paid has really been cut in half. It's really a shame. Like the value for music. Austin claims to be this big music town, but they're not paying artists anything. We're getting paid less than we were in 2011 now. Wow. It's really tough.
Well, yeah, that is tough. Definitely. Well, we're glad that you're here in Bastrop now, and I'm glad that you were able to meet with me and have this interview and talk about your projects. Talk about your music and your new record, and that's exciting. So for everyone watching, check them out. Where can they find you? Where can they purchase the album and listen to your music?
Good question. So I have a website that's philhurleymusic.com, and on there I always post my dates and where you can find me and all my bio and all that kind of stuff. But the new album is called Stay Gold. Will be out on all the streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, YouTube. It'll all be available on February 16th.
All right. So Stay Gold, February 16th. We'll have Phil's information at the bottom of this video, as well as on the post. So definitely check him out. Check out the events he's got and performances he has scheduled in Bastrop and throughout Texas. So we hope you enjoyed this interview with him, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of your shows this year. So definitely. Thank you, Phil, for joining us today and playing your music. It's awesome. It's amazing. I saw you at the Smithville Music Fest live. Yes, and that was you were there with playing with Ben.
Yep.
Ben, yes. And so that was very fun, very entertaining. So if you guys have never seen him perform, very entertaining, really good music, and I hope you guys enjoyed listening to Phil and learning more about him. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bastrop Guide for locals and tourists. Follow us for more.